Calgary is located in the heart of Alberta and it is the economic engine room for the Canadian economy, home to an amazing cattle industry and oil and gas industry. Now, it's also home to 1.4 million Canadians and over 100,000 Australians came to visit Calgary back in 2018. And there's a very good reason for it. It is a vibrant city full of life. It's got a great food scene and an even more fascinating Indigenous culture, which is why we're taking the Many Chiefs tour. Owner and guide Tara Wright, Many Chief, offers authentic Indigenous and ecotourism experiences that showcase the rich Indigenous culture and history of the region.
So the tour that we're taking is the Mohkinstsis walking tour. The reason that we do the tour here is actually because this entire area over here where the two rivers come together at the confluence is a sacred site to the Blackfoot people. Right. We really want people to know that Indigenous people are still thriving within this area. And then they take you a bit on a journey to learn about the sacred site, some of the stories that we have that we share within our community, but then we start learning about what Blackfoot people were living like within this environment as we led into the signing of Treaty 7. Yeah. But then what life was like after the signing of Treaty 7, and then moving into a bit more of a modern context. So I would like to officially welcome you to traditional Blackfoot territory. So let's get started.
Okay, sounds great. On the way, we pick up Skip, who's worked as an Indigenous guide for many years. Now we're walking along the riverbank to learn more about some of this rich Indigenous culture that's still found here today.
One of the plants that was really important to Blackfoot people was actually the wolf willow, or we also call it silverberries. During the winter, during times of famine, when we were looking for food, we would actually look for this very small berry. But if you take the seed and you roll it in between your hands, you'll actually see that the shell starts to break off. And so this powder we would actually use for medicine, for chest colds, and so we would boil it and expose that little bit of powder. Yeah. They're really high in protein, and it was something that we could eat when our food stores were low. And if you start to scrape the side of the seed, you'll see that it has a few stripes on the side of it. And so we would actually put a needle through it, and then we would use it to decorate our clothes.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a great story.
Thank you so much for joining us to learn a little bit more about Blackfoot plants. But I'd like to now pass you over to Skip, and you can learn a little bit more about our music. Oh,
sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for showing me around. Skip was raised on the Siksika Nation and has been immersed in the Blackfoot way of life, loving cultural arts, dancing and drumming his whole life.
This is a elk hide drum made out of elk. And this is traditionally what we would use to make music.
And have you got a song for us?
I'm going to sing a song for you. This is actually from people that don't know powwow. Yeah. There's a circuit that goes all through North America. This is one of the actual songs that dances. It's called the Prairie Chicken Dance. Chicken dance song.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing your culture with me today. It's been an amazing experience to take this tour. The ability to experience your amazing culture on the edge of this magnificent modern city, the juxtaposition's not lost on me. I feel very, very privileged. Thank you.
Pleasure to work with you guys. And we don't really have a word for goodbye. We just say Gaita Matsin Ukhpa, or Gaita Matsin for short. It just means we'll see you again, because I'm sure we'll see each other somewhere down the road.
I'm sure we will.
Thank you very much.
Another thing you must explore in Calgary is the booming food scene. Great examples of creativity and Albertan flavours are everywhere. And the best way to get the lowdown is with an expert, like Karen Anderson from Alberta Food Tours, who's created a tour with a difference, thanks to the power of technology. Tell me about this app and the trail.
It's super fun because people can come and do it on their time, fit it into their schedule, and they're going to meet and find the best places that we've curated for them.
Well, the first stop I've got is right here.
Exactly.
So tell me how this works.
So you've got your GPS map, and there's an icon, and you're going to touch it, and it's going to ask you a clue. You've got to solve it, and it'll lead you through the neighborhood as you solve the clues.
Okay.
And then there's hidden art and history and culture, little micro stories as well.
This sounds great. So hang on, the first clue.
Want some help?
Yeah, I need help.
Well, you have to count the wine glasses. And then there's a little math involved.
Okay. This tour is delish. It lets you uncover hidden treats and connects with local business owners, like Pulcinella Pizza Shop, offering pizza and pasta made in the true Napolitana tradition, with all the heart and character of gritty, crazy, beautiful Napoli. On top of the testing samples, the app also includes exclusive discounts and promotions. I'm the Alberta Food Finder. Is this easy? That's
good.
great.
Pure Canadian cows and pure Canadian cheese.
I love it. This is the Peasant Cheese Shop, and if you're a cheese lover, I can tell you now, you've arrived in heaven. Next up, something a little sweet. Before we head to the Hotel Arts Oxbow, one of the finest restaurants in Calgary. What have we got here, Chef?
Here we have our Springfield Farms bison tourtières.
Like the buffalo bison.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Wow.
And everyone loves a dessert, right? How about local Canadian ice cream? Well, that was so much fun. After the break, we continue on, but we're actually heading north to the Yukon, Gold Country. You're going to love it.